Let's build a giant otter habitat with a pretty huge underwater viewing. You heard it in the intro. Today we're going to build for the giant otters. And I actually wanted to build for them in like kind of a well, in the beginning of my channel actually, for the people that have been watching for a long time, or that have watched all my videos, or just went back to the oldest video and then just watched it. You could have seen that I had like a kind of a mini series, and that was a tropical house. And the thing was, I wanted to add the giant otters, but I basically had no space left, so I ended up scrapping the whole idea. And I came back to them, and now we're here. So I didn't really have any inspiration for this build, but I knew that it had to have a underwater viewing, you know? And the underwater viewing kind of turned out a bit more ugly than I expected, because it isn't really a underwater viewing. It's a viewing where the bottom is only the underwater viewing, and yeah, the top of the glass is just basically a normal viewing into the habitat. So it didn't really turn out as a typical underwater viewing, but you can still look a bit at the animals when they're swimming. So that's kind of the only part of the habitat that didn't really turn out that nice. But I think the rest of the habitat actually, yeah, I think it actually turned out pretty well. So there is of course a lot of news in the Planet Zoo world because of Planet Zoo 2. And I'm really excited about Planet Zoo 2 because, well, I think I wouldn't really say that this game is outdated, but yeah, we kind of need like the feature that you can scale, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna work because I haven't had the chance to use scaling, because I'm not really into the Planet Coaster series and Jurassic World. Yeah, I think it's a Jurassic World game, not no Evolution. I mean Jurassic World Evolution. I had Jurassic World Evolution 2, but I kind of enjoyed Planet Zoo more. So yeah, I didn't really spend a lot of time on that game. And yeah, I played it a bit, but I didn't really get the feeling that I could have like put all my creativity into a habitat, because well, I wasn't really known with like the controls and the tools. And also I felt kind of limited because you couldn't really use your terrain work like you can in Planet Zoo. And I also have some little mods in Planet Zoo, so that makes it like way more easier to build and to add terrain and to add barriers and pathing. So yeah, I didn't really feel Jurassic World Evolution. So I am not really, I am not really famous with the scaling part, but I can learn. But that also means that my builds, that also means that I need to find a bit more time to learn the tools, and then maybe my builds wouldn't look that great. I don't think they really will, because well, there are gonna be like a lot of pieces, so maybe like in the first kind of days of Plan Zoo 2, I will only scroll through the pieces and not really use the scaling, because well, I'm not really, I don't really know how to use it. But we will see how that will turn out, because we won't really get Planet Zoo for like another 4 months. I think it's 4 months, maybe 3. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm really excited actually. I made a little short, so if you haven't seen that, I would gladly like it to for you to check it out, because I talked about all the 20 confirmed animals. And I think it was quite a list actually, because when I watched other YouTubers, there were actually more than 20 animals. But yeah, those were like the giraffes in the background, and then the I think it's the black tip reef shark. I'm not really sure what's the full name of the shark, but yeah, I don't know that kind of stuff because yeah, of course the bigger creators, they get a little more information than me. But yeah, so that's why I didn't really put them in, because I wasn't really sure if they were going to like be in the video. And when I was making the video, I of course didn't really know that that was going to be in the game. It was after I watched other creators their other creators their videos, so that's why I let it out. But let's get a bit more to the build, because I didn't really say anything yet. You can see that it's kind of just a lot of concrete walls. Yeah, maybe it doesn't really look so natural now, but I mostly start with my barriers when I build. So I just start with the outside, so I can know where I can build and what are my viewings. Because a little tip, mostly you want to build mostly out of your viewing, because well, that's of course where the guests are going to look. So yeah, it wouldn't really matter if you, of course it's nice to put foliage across your whole habitat so you get shade and you kind of get enclosed into the foliage. But yeah, when you kind of have like a part that the guests can't really see from anywhere, you don't really need to go in detail for you don't really need to go in detail at that spot, because they can't see it. And when the guests can't see it, you guys wouldn't really see it in the cinematic shots, because I only take cinematic shots from animals and from viewing spots. So that's why I kind of some parts in the build don't really get a lot of rocks or don't really get a lot of time, because I don't really need to go in detail on that spot. But you can see that I always want to use a bit of a mud wall in a habitat, because I just think that's like the most natural background that there is in the game now. Because you can really see the detail in it, and yeah, you get like some depth because of the shade and of the shadows of the rocks. So that's why I maybe use it a bit too much. But I just used it as a backdrop in this build, and I think I used like the bigger pieces as kind of rocks, and as like ridges for the harder type of dirt. So yeah, you kind of get some variation, and also on the rocks you can start your foliage, because then it kind of blends all into the habitat, and it isn't really like just a random spot on the habitat with just some plain grass and then some huge bushes and some huge trees starting there. But let's get back to the Plan Zoo 2 part, because I am not really sure if I need to make a wish list, because of course, I have my own wish list. I was thinking about it, and there are some animals in there that are really exciting actually, and that were already in there when we didn't know when the Plan Zoo 2 didn't get announced. But I am not sure if I need to drop it, because it's a lot of edit work, because I need to find pictures, I need to find real footage of the animal, because I can't really go in Plan Zoo when the animal doesn't exist. So I'm not sure if I should make that, because, well, yeah, I'm not really sure if there's an interest from you guys, because I know that wish lists normally in the Plan Zoo community, they do really great, if you have a good thumbnail, of course. Uh, but yeah, it's a lot of edit work, and I'm not sure if I'm prepared for that, because I don't really like to edit. Yeah, well, the thing is with editing, for the most part, speed builds, it's okay. It's just a little cutting, it's just speeding up clips, removing sounds, placing in soundtrack, placing in the soundtrack, like the music you hear in the background. But the annoying part about the speed build is basically recording the voiceover, what I'm doing now. And the thing is, with like a type of wish list, you need to cut way more. You need to add in way more pictures, way more videos. Uh, if you want to make it look a bit more professional, you of course need to make it like a little grid so it all looks nice. You maybe need to place a lot of maybe need to place all your animals on one slide, so you need to add like 30 animals of 30 pictures of animals you want on your wish list. And then you also need to find a background, and you also need to yeah, place in some little sound effects for every pop, for every slide, to kind of make it a bit more interesting to look at and not really just pictures appearing and disappearing and sliding in front of you. So I'm not sure if I'm ready for yeah, making this edit. And I'm also not sure if my wishlist is really interesting, because it's actually just the same as every YouTuber, like the muskox, the walrus, you know, all those animals that everybody wants, but Planet Zoo didn't really get to, or they didn't start it on that yet. But we will most likely see them in the new game, because I think we will see a lot more species, and maybe some more interesting species, like yeah, just some more popular species. I think we have like some species in the game that I don't think anyone uses. I don't really have an example, but I think you can think of one that you haven't used in any zoo in your whole Planet Zoo career. So I think they're gonna scrap most of the animals actually. I don't think they're gonna start all over again, but I know for sure that they're gonna re-edit models, and that they're gonna yeah, just put in way more new animals and remove a lot of animals. But this kind of wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, enjoy the cinematic shots, and goodbye guys.